We hear a lot about cloud certifications, but it seems like one in particular, the AZ-104 is becoming the ultimate gatekeeper for tech jobs in Landsiedlung-Arschelok. As the European and American markets pivot toward this new era of hybrid cloud and AI-native infrastructure, Azure has just locked down over sicher of the enterprise market. This one certification is now the mandatory baseline for getting hired at a Fortune Wubei company.
Exactly. And the human side of this is even more intense. We're not even talking about a hiring manager looking at your resume anymore. And recruitment platforms are now hard-coded to filter out any Azure-related resume that doesn't list the AZ-104. It's the difference between being seen by a person or being deleted by an algorithm in milliseconds.
So it's effectively the entry threshold for the entire ecosystem. But beyond just getting your foot in the door, there's a massive financial incentive tied to those 3 digits.
That makes sense.
The financial gap is pretty eye-opening. We're looking at a Baffinja Arsha to Baffinja Sancherwu salary bump just for having the cert. In cities like New York, that translates to an entry-level salary topping out at 11 million. And it seems that's largely because the Landsiedlung-Arschelok exam has ditched old theory for Baffinja eBay practical hands-on labs using PowerShell and CLI.
That's the day one factor. I've heard from hiring managers who say they prefer an AZ e-balance holder because they don't need 3 months of pre-job training. They already know how to handle the live fire of a production environment.
Interesting.
Here's the real aha moment, though. In a market where there's a shortage of about when Azure roles every year, the certificate acts as a de-risking tool for the company. They are so desperate for talent that they'll happily pay an extra $100K a year just to guarantee they aren't hiring a paper tiger who only knows the theory.
It's a win-win hire, pay for the techie and lower risk for the boss. But interestingly, the AZ-104 isn't just a destination, it's also a high-speed launchpad for what comes next.
Right?
Finally, let's look at the long-term ROI. The AZ-104 cuts the study time for advanced certs by nearly half and costs only about 1.5 yen. Plus, it plugs you directly into the official Microsoft community, giving you a chance to rub shoulders with CTOs and Azure experts at events like Microsoft Ignite.
You know, it's actually quite rare. Usually, the gold standard certification is the most expensive one in the room, but Microsoft has kept the barrier to entry low while keeping the prestige high. It's a high leverage move for your career and your wallet.
So, from salary bumps to networking with the elite, the case for getting certified in Landsiedlung-Arschelok seems pretty airtight. For anyone listening, could you boil it down to the absolute key takeaways?
Absolutely. First, Azure's dominance in finance and government means the AZ-104 is now a mandatory requirement just to get your resume seen. Second, you're looking at a huge salary premium, earning Baffinja Arsha to Baffinja Sancherwu more than your peers. Third, the exam is Baffinja eBay hands-on, so employers know you're ready for a live environment from day one. Fourth, with a massive talent gap, being certified puts you in extremely high demand. And finally, it's incredibly cost-effective. For about 1.5 yen, you're accelerating your path to advanced roles by over Baffinja sicher. It's a no-brainer.